Welcome to another Pitstop Head video. In this video we're looking at 5 great civilization early game tips. These are 5 things that will make you a better civilization player, and they're straightforward, but there's something that I've picked up after playing this game for a long time. Okay, so here's tip 1. Always build a coastal city. Now the reason for this is, and this doesn't mean every city you build has to be a coastal city, and you know, with some setups there might not be any coastline and there might not actually be any, you know, water. You might be on a Great Plain or something like that, but if you can build a coastal city, and this is because what it does is it opens up units and buildings to you that you wouldn't have access to if you didn't have a coastal city. It also allows you to build certain wonders that are only available for coastal cities. So always make sure you build a coastal city. You can see here I've got my guy, and this one leads nicely into tip 2. When you're building your first city, or when you're building any city, if you can build it on a resource, building cities on resources is a real bonus, and there's a couple of reasons for this. If you build a city on a resource, you protect that resource, whereas if you build a city beside a resource, that resource could be plundered by an enemy or by raging barbarians. Okay, so by building a city on resources, you protect that resource. You may find that Civ does recommend building cities on hills, and it will do that because you get a better defense bonus if you're on a hill, but it's still more difficult to protect your resources, and Civs will go for your resources if they have troops in your land and you're at war. Okay, so to protect your resources and to increase your happiness, yeah, build your cities on resources like this. Now some resources won't become available to you until you've researched particular technologies. When you do, you'll get your happiness bonus. Tip 3. Always send out scouts to explore the land that you've been established in. Now this is because scouts, when they find ancient ruins, the results are better than, say, if a warrior actually steps into that ancient ruin and discovers it and triggers it. A scout has this special ability, that it will have better results. And the better results tend to be new technologies, more money, more social policy. They're really much better explored. They have better line of sight, so they can see more land and they move more quickly than your warriors. Use scouts to explore, and explore as much as you can. The more ancient ruins you can find, the more chance you'll get an advantage against your opponents. Okay, so send those guys out there to find ancient ruins. Okay, tip 4 is a kind of combination actually. The first thing is, make sure you build a monument in your city. Okay, what that does is it increases your social policy production. Okay, and the reason why that's important is because you want to adopt as many policies as possible, social policies. Now in an early stage game, one of the best social policies to adopt is liberty. So I'll click on that now. And that will release possibility to increase your production in your cities, have additional settlers and workers, and it also improves the rate at which workers update squares, spaces, so they basically will work quicker. Your civilization will grow more quickly through using the liberty social policies. I always go with liberty. Tip 5. Okay, so once you've explored all of your land that you've got available to you, and as long as there aren't any raging barbarians on it, what you can do is destroy your units to save money. Now, it's pretty easy to build these basic units later in the game when you need them, but for the moment you're paying maintenance costs on them. What you need to do is just take them off automation, because I had them exploring, and then when it comes around to the next turn, just destroy them. And you can see at the moment I've got 2 gold at the top left hand corner. Now it's 3 plus 3 gold, and this one here is another plus gold, so I'm getting plus 4 gold per round. It's better that way, you save money, you don't need anybody out there at the moment, and as the game develops you'll obviously be making more troops. And there's just one more thing to note with this. When you create units in the early stages of the game and then you discover new technologies, those old units don't take that on. For example, the old units won't be able to cross seas even though you've researched navigation, and new units can cross overseas. Your old units won't be able to, so you might as well get rid of them anyway and then build some new units that are more powerful and can cross seas. So that is all the tips. Just to go over them again. Number 1, always make sure you build at least 1 coastal city within your kingdom. Number 2, build cities on resources. Number 3, explore your lands with scouts. Number 4, social policies should be, for expansion, should be based on the liberty policy. If you adopt liberty policies, there will be quick expansion in your kingdom, because you get workers and you get settlers. And number 5, once your land has been explored, destroy your old units to save money. Alright, thanks for watching.